So many of us have to desire to enhance ourselves by connecting ourselves with a successful person. We are taking the inspiration for them. We are looking for their biography, okay, how they become successful in their life. So these are helping us to improve. Okay. Let's come to the self-regulation. Self-regulation is the ability to control one's behavior and emotion and third to achieve a long-term goals. Like one's behavior and emotions. So you have to control your behavior, emotions like when the things are going wrong, then you are not become more panic. Panic. When you are getting any success, then you are making more cheerful and you are not bothered about it. Okay, so that thing you have to control in your life. Regulation means in any situation you have to stick with your own behavior or what you are. Every person is having their own originalities. तुमको लोग से हिसाब रे चिन्हन जे पिलाटा भलो पिला के पिलाटा एमती ता कथावार्ता एमती. So people are what judging you most of the time and they interacting you with the most of the time. So after that, if your behavior has changed, then that means what? So people are not liking you at that particular time. So in that situation, you have to regulate yourself. In every situation, you have to like calm, cool, and handle the situation in anything, any way. Okay, if kharab jauchi, then we have to maintain that thing. As the bhalo jauchi, so we are not ignore other person. Ame sabubale samasto sei hisabe. It involves managing disruptive emotion and impulses, essentially thinking before acting. Okay, so when think before you act, that means when you are act or saying something, you have to think. What is that? Is a bigger weapon is your what tongue. So once the word is said, that means everything is over. So before you talk, you have to think twice. You move on to your the particular sleep that means it is over. So when the war is going from your what for a jogada somehow, and if you control at that time, you have to become a what? Quiet, normal age. हमने पक्के से झगड़ा करी जोर पार्टी करी से ऑटोमेटिक ना होगा हाइपर होगा तापर ऑटोमेटिक जब रिएक्शन होला से ऑटोमेटिक डाउन हाइपर सब बोले डाउन है तो जल्दी you at that time when other person is hypering and you also hyper, then hyper out, then it becomes what victory and then war. Okay, so in that way it is working actually. It involves managing disruptive emotion and impulses, essential thinking before you act. This skill develop over time, particularly in childhood, and is crucial for learning behavior and social interaction. So this thing is very important in the childhood period. So at that time, teacher or family member is teaching you how to behave with the other person, like your the person. Those are what much more older than your age. Okay, respect the and how you have to interact with the relatives, how you interact with the neighbors, how you interact with the brothers, how you interact with your friends, how you interact with your teacher. So everything that learning process is going in the childhood period. So in that period, you have to control your emotions. So say someone is that some people are like some guys are there or some students are there, they are like what, not bother about the money, se paisa emti kharcha kari diyantu, ghare paisar abhav na thae, so they are not going in a proper way, na asta asta paisa yere se mane kharap rasta ko jaye. Okay, but at that timing the parent restrict all the things, then the life is going on smooth. Okay, so that is self regulation. Self-efficacy, it is an individual belief in their ability to succeed in a specific situation or accomplish a task. Okay, means it is a task oriented, that I have to do that task. Before I am starting the classes, I must ask for what? Have you completed your task? Or have you completed your notes? By the Friday, you're complete. So I am giving you a deadline. So in the deadline, you have to complete. And you have to prepare yourself. If I am asking that when you have to complete, so by tomorrow I will complete. That means you are giving you target to yourself. So this efficacy, believe in their ability to succeed in the specific situation or accomplish that task. It is not about actual ability, but rather the confidence one has in their capacity to perform. Okay, it is not like what ability. It is a very confidence that I have to do it. But I have to do it. You are not able to drive a car, but I have to do it by taking a training. So that kind of confidence is called as the self-efficacy. This belief influence motivation. Are to compare no hobo to well nine sir mono 90% to hobo au chesta kara hobo. This self motivation. This belief influences the motivation and effort. So I am scoring low mark, but another exam I am scoring more than 10 mark than the previous exam. Again, you are influenced. Yes, I got the 10 mark more. Then you are influenced. Then you are getting a 15 mark more. So simultaneously the process is going on, and if you are influenced and you are taking it as a challenge, then you are getting a full mark in that particular chapter or subject. Okay, particularly in the face of challenges, this is considered to be the one of the most important component of one personality. That means if I am taking a challenges, then I got that particular thing. To challenge Melato, a particular thing, then it is influencing your personality. That I am challenge taker. That not only help in making appropriate personal adjustment, but also achieving success in the personal professional life too. Okay, it giving you what? Encouragement. So it is helping you to grow in the professional life also. Okay, so that giving you what? The self-efficacy. Okay. Self-defeating. Self-defeating behavior can be defined as those action pattern that is against in an individual self-interest. Okay, the behavior can be defined as those action pattern that is against individual self-interest and which are performed something intentionally and at some other time unknowingly. More ichha nahi, ichha viruddhe kaam karabi. Okay, I am not like that particular subject. Okay, but तुम जबरदस्त से घरे कहजो नहीं सब्जेक्ट नहीं, then तुम खराब परफॉर्म करियो. This self-defeating. Interest बाहर काम कराbi. Okay, at times there may be a deliberate intention to destroy oneself. Okay, so it is destroying oneself, while at other time behavior result as a result of self-defensive measure. One is you have to defeat yourself, or another part is what? You have to defend yourself. Okay, that means defeating means it is out of your interest, somebody is forcing you to do like. Okay, that is called the self-defeat. Self-schema is a cognitive framework or set of beliefs and expectation about oneself. It is essentially a mental representation of how we perceive our own thought, feeling, and behavior in the different situations. Schema actually it means rules. So you have to create your own rules. तो समस्त निज निजर गोटे रूल माइंड रे बनेइछन ए कॉग्निटिव फ्रेमवर्क मींस इट इज ए लाइक बाउंड्री तो समस्त गोटे इनर बाउंड्री थे मु ए बाउंड्री भीतर काम करी तो आई एम नॉट गो आउट ऑफ दैट तो एवरी पर्सन इज लाइक हैविंग दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग समस्त निज निजर बाउंड्री टा निजे बने ओके एंड इट इज अ सेल्फ बिलीफ एंड एक्सपेक्टेशन अबाउट oneself. So I have to be my expectation is this, my boundary is this, okay? And it's essentially a mental representation. So that boundary is giving you that particular representation of yours and how we perceive our own thoughts and feelings and behavior in the different situations. This schema are formed over the time based on our experience and guide how we process information about others. So these rules is giving you what a boundary, and these rules making your life also. It form over time based upon our experience. So how you are creating a rules? You are creating a rules by your experience. Okay, so this rule that we are creating based upon our experience, previous experience, or based upon our lifestyle, we create that and create the particular scheme or creating our own rules over here. Okay. So in the next class, go for the self-disclosure realization. Internet self-control. Okay. Let me ask you. Who is it? Huh? Hospital. Who is it? Samrat.